And it was a discussion I was having with my guitar player this morning before he left, was like, human beings are meant to create.
Yeah.
Say you believe, if your thing is religion and you believe in Jesus or you believe in God, and that's the way I was brought up. So that's how I mostly relate with the world, is
Mm-hmm.
that is, it's said in the Bible that said we were made after his image. He's a creator. That's what he does. And if we're in his image, that means we're made to be creators too.
Yeah.
We're
Yeah.
not made to be put on this earth to consume. And I'm not talking about like consuming art, but just like to make our main focus in life to consume. I'm working hard to get that boat. I'm working hard to go on this trip. And there's nothing wrong with working hard. I'm not talking about anything bad about that. There's a great time to have work ethic. But when our main focus as human beings becomes to work to consume, we're limiting ourselves as a society or as a community or as even as a species, because we're leaving so much unused energy on the table that's just thrown to the side for something as common as money.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
we are made to create. We are made to invent. We are made to make things that change and evolve this world into something better.
So I was watching a video with Hank Green talking
Mm-hmm.
about, and he's like a science YouTube guy,
Yeah.
but really like pop pop culture, pop science kind of
Mm-hmm.
stuff. But he's talking about the earliest instances of like string found in archaeology, like,
Yeah.
and all that's beside the point, because what I wanted to bring up is this comment that he makes in this video. It's like most of human history was spent with humans just spinning string. Like that's what they would do like 90% of their day. Is just they'd be sitting around making string and talking and making string and talking, like pre-loom, pre-spinning wheel.
Yeah.
You're just sitting around making string, making twine, talking, making rope, talking. Because it was like one of the most versatile technologies and we needed it for everything. And I'm just sitting there thinking, yeah. And then like eventually maybe somebody is not great at making string, but they learn how to play a drum or a
Mm-hmm.
flute. And so somebody's gonna start, playing some music while everybody else is making string. And then maybe that's how culture is born out of creating.
Yeah.
It's not born out of consuming. It's born out of people making things that are because they have no other choice but to get it out of them.
Yeah. And I think that's like when you're born, I feel like I was born to be a musician. There's a time period when I quit playing and I quit creating, and it made me a miserable human being. It was like
Yeah.
I was stopped up. Like it was, I I would lash out because I had no mode of catharsis. I had
Right.
no mode of emptying that self, and it turned me into somebody that I didn't like. It turned me into an angry person, a frustrated person, and I honestly believe it's if. And I'm not saying like I have the answers for depression and stuff like that, but I think the thing is like a lot of the problems we have with our society, like that leads to depression and stuff, is it's everything is a consumer model, and if we would focus our attention and our energy into creating something more than ourselves, then we would find this purpose that would keep us from feeling that way. You know
Yeah.
what I'm
No, I
saying?
I completely agree, man.
And
I
so
think
it's
I think
it's just
I think you're echoing what a lot of people have said too when it comes to like that when they stop creating.
mhm.
It's like damming up a river and the water's got nowhere to go and it just starts flooding everything and not in a good way.
Yeah, it's yeah. We're made to create. So if you're listening to this podcast and you're having a rough go of life and it doesn't seem like things are working out for you, look at your life and go, what am I doing to create something?
Yeah.
What am I doing? And it doesn't have to be a song. It can maybe be woodworking. Maybe it's a piece of art. Maybe it's a story. Maybe it's
Yeah.
whatever. Just
And I think
try to create something. And it doesn't. It doesn't have. You don't create it with the sense of I got to make something good. Let's
One
create
thing
something
that
just to
strikes
create.
me about our conversation so far and what you've said so far, man, is I think having that piano as a kid, having that thing that's just for you,
Mhm.
that it, even because you could have been as good or as terrible at it
Anybody.
as
Yeah.
anybody, and nobody would have cared. It was just for you. You happen to be fucking great.
Yeah. Yeah. It happened to work out, but like but I
but
think that
there was no pressure.
yeah, and I
It
think
was just for
that's the
you.
thing is the intention is don't learn the instrument because you want to show off to somebody. Learn the instrument because you love it.
Yeah.
Learn it because when you play it, it makes you happy. When you play it, it makes you want to be better. It makes you want to make something new. And I think intention is 100% of the thing too. Don't get into something to create it with the whole purpose of, oh, I'm going to get rich off of this. Because then
Right.
it's not going to bring you any joy. It's just going to bring you frustration
I
and more.
pity everybody on Shark Tank. Every one of those guys that
Dude,
go,
yeah.
I just feel bad for them. I'm
Yeah,
just like,
it's just not my thing, but